Okay, so I am here with Debbie, who is a very good friend of mine, and I just want to really get an insight into how Debbie came to attend the Wobble classes and why. So, hi, Debbie.
Hi Sarah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
okay.
pretty good. So, I just wanted you really to share your experience with our Wobble instructors. So, if you could just let everybody know how old you are.
So I'm 55.
A very young 55. And we've known each other for a long time because for many years you've been coming along to my classes such as spinning,
Oh, we did Pilates, but yeah, way back. So
way back
yeah, we've
when.
been doing a long time.
And we did, we also, you came spinning, didn't you? And
Yeah,
you were also a keen runner.
yeah,
So
yeah,
just up until 2019, you pretty much had no health issues. You had an active social life. You worked full time. You
yeah.
really were on top of everything. And then just tell us what happened in 2019.
Well, I'd started tripping the year before and noticing that I wasn't picking my left foot up properly, and went into denial. Didn't do anything about it for a few months, and then eventually it led to me having more problems walking. So I had some scans, and they told me they suspected that it was MS, and I saw a consultant who confirmed it in the beginning of last year. Yeah.
So that was a real shock.
That was a big blow.
Really, and I know myself from having been diagnosed with a long term health condition that has no cure that really does affect your mental well-being as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was, and also they said that it was progressive. So
Right.
there's two sort of types basically: relapsing, remitting, which means you sort of go in waves,
Right.
and you get better each time you have a relapse. But this one means you're just going to get worse, and they don't know how quickly it's going to take or how much it's going to affect you. But it's a sort of a long, slippery slope.
So so from 2019 being diagnosed to now,
Mm.
which we are in January 2021. So what is, if you could just give us a sort of an idea of where you are physically now, how is your physical ability? How is your functional ability now?
Yeah, so it affects the left side of my body. So yeah, I've lost all contact with my left foot. So I've got really bad foot drop, and can't lift my leg because the hip flexor and all that is disengaged. The messages aren't getting through from the brain to those parts of my body, and it's now starting to affect my left arm and my left hand.
So are you walking unaided?
No, I have to walk with it's a frame, a rollator. It's a frame on wheels. I have to walk with that indoors, and then outdoors I have to use a wheelchair.
So that really, from a timescale point of view, you've literally in
Mm,
just over a year,
very
you've
quickly,
gone from
yeah.
running to now being 55 years old and
Mm,
pretty much reliant on a wheelchair. And we were just talking earlier about things like braces for your foot brace, and you get around the house kind of hanging on with sticks and things like that. So it's been
yeah,
quick. And you came along to our wobble class because obviously you wanted to, it's important to keep fit and to stay active, and you know the benefits of that sort of mentally as well. And we were talking about that
yeah,
earlier, weren't we?
yeah. It was that was what was really key. It was trying to put the two things together. It's about keeping moving as much as possible, but it was also that whole social engagement in being part of a class, being part of the group, having worked with you before as well. It was like, yeah, I know you're really going to motivate me, and you're really inspirational, and it's all putting all those things together, and that relationship you have with your instructor. That's really what enthused me.
And how did you find the class? Did you find it helped?
Yeah, it really did, because it sort of made me push myself. Whereas I was in, and I have a tendency to do that. Is like to think, oh no, I can't do that. This will happen. I'll have because my fear is of falling.
Yeah, me too.
Totally,
yeah,
so
it's horrible.
like, I can't do that because I might fall. But actually, you need to do these things to help you prevent falling, and it just sort of all sort of brought it together.
Yeah, and did you feel that you gained physical benefits from doing the wobble class, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it would leave me really fatigued, really tired, but you just got that buzz of, I've actually done something. And for me, initially, it was just thinking, God, I've just done a 45-minute class.
Yeah, definitely. The time kind of whizzes by, doesn't it? It's almost exercise in disguise. You don't realise you're doing it. And mentally, how did you feel?
I think, I think also it's about the cognitive side of it, because it does affect me. So it was remembering movements and all the things, all the things you've said all along, is feeling, you are actually able to retain information, and you still got purpose.
Yeah. And you're really keen to, obviously at the moment it's January 2021 for anyone listening to this at any time. So we are in full lockdown in the UK. So she ain't going nowhere along with the rest of us. So you are looking to do more Wobble on Zoom, and when we get back out into the community, obviously once you've had your jab and everything, you're going to think about definitely getting back out there and doing some more Wobble classes.
Yeah, I do also think that, there will be days where I won't be able to get out. I can't drive anymore. I'm reliant on somebody to take me. Obviously, I'm not allowed to be taken anywhere at the moment anyway. I have carers, but they can't take me out. So, having this, it has been a godsend for me, having this accessible online.
Yeah.
So going forward, that would be.
And I think that's probably something now with the Wobble instructors hearing this, that there's going to be a lot of people in your similar situations where even when we're not in lockdown, sometimes you can't, like you say, you physically cannot get out. Lockdown or not, because like you say, driving, or you just don't really feel up to it, because it is a huge effort to actually, for a lot of us, to actually just get to the class. We have to think about actually how we're going to get there. I have to think, have I got, where am I going to park? Have I got my brace on? Have I got my crutch with me? What have I got to carry? Because I can't have the crutch and carry something, and I've got it in my shoulder. Same as you, it kind of goes on and on. So there's a lot more things that we have to think about, which I think is really good for our instructors to hear this, because it isn't just the getting to the class and doing the 45 minutes. It's the fact that it does take a lot of effort and time to get there, and also at the end, it's really nice to have that chat and that socializing, and it takes us a little bit longer to maneuver. So maybe give us a little bit of time to enjoy the social aspect before and after too, because that's all part of it.
The other side of it as well is, because I'm very conscious of what I might be or might look like. I mean, if you're doing it on Zoom, you can turn your camera off so people can't actually see how badly you're doing.
Yeah. For us, like when you came along to the Wobble class when we were out in the community, I mean, as I said, we had such a laugh, didn't we? Because, we from the very beginning, we just said, doesn't matter what everybody does. I mean, I can't lift my toe and I can't lift my heel, and I'm wobbling around, and I'm the one teaching the class. So we sort of really stressed that, didn't we? I think Rebecca and I really stressed that.
I think more people might feel a bit more tempted to dip their toe in.
Yeah. True.
That way. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, might try it in the privacy of their own home. I think sometimes our instructors, one of the things they're quite worried about is if you're doing it on Zoom, they can't really see you and make sure that you're safe. But I think from my point of view, I think that we, when we have something that we, a disability, let's call it, I'm very conscious that I don't do things that I know my body pretty much, and I'm not going to try and do something that's out of my control. I'm going to try not to fall. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
We know better than anyone really what is safe to do.
Yeah.
And
we're going to be cautious.
There's no way I want to end up sitting on the floor for hours waiting for a paramedic to
No.
come around to lift me up.
No. So you're gonna be careful. Absolutely. Oh well, thank you so much for sharing your story and also for sharing your thoughts about Wobble and everything. And I really wish you well. And I'm looking forward to obviously seeing you in Zoom, Wobble, and in the community. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Debbie.
No. Lovely to chat with you.
Always
Sarah.
lovely to chat with you. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.